The Tivo Stream 4K is a streaming device similar to Roku and Amazon's Fire Stick. I've never been a fan of the Fire Stick because I don't care for the layout. The Roku, on the other hand, is fantastic. It's easy to use once you get the hang of it. But as of this recording, it still doesn't have HBO Max. It also didn't have Peacock for a while. Who knows what issues are on the horizon in terms of what will be available in the future. When I purchased my Tivo device, I couldn't get either Peacock or HBO Max, and that's what led me to give it a try. First, I'll start with what's good about the Tivo Stream 4K. It has a really great layout. There are 3 main buttons on the remote. This one takes you to the home screen. This is where you go to download apps, and recommendations for various services users have subscriptions to. A lot of this is customizable. You can determine the kind of recommendations you want. Clicking Guide takes you to a live TV guide which includes Lowcast for local channels in areas where Lowcast is available. Lowcast is a service that live streams over-the-air television stations. It's donation supported. Sling channels are also included. I'm a Sling user and I love being able to go to the guide instead of opening the app. After Sling is Tivo's own channels. I'll keep scrolling to give you an idea of what they offer. And lastly, Pluto TV is offered in the guide, so this is a really nice feature. Over here you can click to get movie recommendations, kids recommendations, and access to your apps. My Shows is great because you can add any shows that you're watching or want to watch, and it's all in one place. There's a voice option to find which services offer shows and movies you want to watch. Battlestar Galactica. So you get some information about the show here. You also see where it's upcoming, in this case on Sling and Comet. And then that it's available also on Prime Video and Google Play Movies. Not all services are listed here because this show is also available for free on Peacock, and as you can see, that is not listed here as an option. So it's not showing you every single place you can find it. The Tivo Stream 4K comes with Chromecast built in, which is nice since HDMI ports are usually in short supply. You can also buy HDMI switches if you've run out. So the layout is fantastic. When I first got mine, I expected to mainly use my Roku, but then switched to the Tivo for Peacock and HBO Max. But since I got it, I haven't used my Roku at all. The Tivo Stream 4K is great, but not perfect. It can be a bit buggy at times, which is true for Roku devices as well. But I've had more issues with the Tivo, possibly because it's newer and not all the bugs have been worked out. One issue I have is that sometimes when I press the home button, I'm met with a blank screen. It doesn't happen a lot and it does resolve itself after a while. It's not a huge deal because when it happens, the guide still works. So I can go to the guide and access my apps from there. This may be an issue with my Wi-Fi. My TV is downstairs on the opposite side of the house from my router, so I think that may be an issue. Today, many homes have a lot of connected devices on the Wi-Fi network competing for bandwidth, and that can cause problems. A few times the Tivo refused to connect, giving me a temporary service connection issue, DIS ERR 1000 error. I resolved this issue by taking it to a TV closer to the router and connecting it there. Then when I brought it back to the living room, it connected. It's like it needed a jump start or something. The Tivo Stream 4K seems to be more sensitive to interference than the Roku. If you have a really good connection, you might not encounter these issues. Another downside is that the Tivo Stream 4K doesn't come with an accompanying app, which means no virtual remote. So to summarize, the good is that the Tivo Stream 4K has an easy-to-use customizable layout that includes a handy TV guide, The bad is that it can be a little buggy and it doesn't have a virtual remote.